So as you can see here, I have completed my Knightsbridge and I have done so for all the tiles. So let us now proceed further, and I'll be adding a little more color. One small thing that I did is, instead of the 6 sections, I removed one section here, one of the lines here, and merged 2 sections, right? So I wanted a little bigger one, and now I'm using my watercolor pencil. This is red or pink maybe, yeah. And I'm adding some at the edges. Right, and then going to use a little green inside. Right, and then use my O1 to add the outer outline. Inking the string. Right, and then use your brush or brush pen, whatever you feel comfortable with. Wet it and just blend the color. Right, so just blending the watercolor pencil. Don't think too much how, what, where. Just go with the flow. The pencil are very easy to work with, and that's why I use them. So you can just add a background color and then just, go ahead and tangle over it. It's that simple. Yeah, so I'll give it few minutes to dry up. So by the time it's drying up, let us do a shattuck variation here. So I'm drawing this curve and then another curve almost at 90 degrees to the first one, and then the third one. Again a curve. As we draw in shattuck, please refer to my previous videos in case you are new to the pattern, right? And then instead of these lines, I'm just going to add something like these petals inside to bring about a variation. So using that grid, kind of that arrangement to create a variation. Right, again the same exercise. Right, and then inking these small little spaces which are left in between. Right, and then some small dots, just an embellishment, and then again the same here. The rest of the curves will not be seen, so just lines like these. Very simple to draw, right? So I'll do the same here. Probably pick up a center here and start like this. Right, again ink it. again the same exercise here. Basically in Shattuck we have auras inside, but I thought of adding these petals. You can call it a tangulation, you can call it a different pattern, provide I think something, a pattern called fondants looks like this. Right, so I will do exactly the same thing on the other side. So start like this, then another line like this, then a third one like this, right? Again start like this, another one like this, and then the third like this, right? And now I'll fill it up with petals. So I have done doing the same exercise on both sides, and now in the center I have started drawing printums. So in the center I started with the printum, and then I am going to add these orbs around it, right? So another one, printum with a weight on one side. So I am going back and adding weight from the outside, and then close it, and then add these orbs around like this, right? So take your time, go slow, slight embellishment to the printums. Then the third one, again a little weight on one side, and you can close it and wait here, right? And then the orbs, right? And then the fourth one. So I'm going to fill up the entire space in the same fashion with the same pattern. My go-to pattern, as I have always said, comes very easily to me and has number of possibilities to offer, right? So again another one here, going back, adding weight, again going back, adding weight, close it here, then add some orbs, right? So I'll continue like this. So I'm almost finishing here, adding the last printum. Done the same exercise throughout to fill up my space. Right, and then adding those orbs. Yeah. So now let us start shading our tile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some thick graphite over the blue, dark blue border that is already there. So at the edges of the inner portion, some graphite here, some graphite here on the inside, right? And then here from places where lines are emanating, it's a good idea to highlight those points. And then again on the edges of this section, so we don't want to add too much, but yes, a little darkening of the edges. And then we generally shade our weighted printums like a V on the weight, although we don't need much of shading here, but still a touch for those which are visible clearly. Those which will be hidden behind the border, I'm not going into them, right? So let us now start to blend. So just pull the graphite from the edges towards the center. Then blend over the weight. I missed here. So we add in a V shape over the weights. Right? And then blending these. So you may also consider adding some H marks here, would look nice. I think we'll do that. Then on the Knightsbridge, be careful, make sure that the ink has dried up. So I am doing the same exercise for all tiles, so you can pick up any of the tiles, and then, you know, if you are also drawing 4 tiles with me, so I'll be doing the same patterns for all. So we have blended the graphite, so I'll now pick up my chalk pencil and then add some graphite in the center on the Knightsbridge. And some probably on the opposite side, since we have highlighted some of our printums, so you can always add some on the opposite side of the weight, right? So the area that is dark, we can highlight the opposite side like this, right? A little bit. So let us add some H marks here, a little, maybe it would look nice. Some H marks, not too many. You may or may not do this exercise, entirely up to you. Right, since it is pretty simple, so we have opportunities to embellish. Yeah, so I think we are done with it. So just a little blending of the chalk. Make sure you use a different stump. So this is how our tile with the tangle tidings, which is the filler, right? So let us now see how our mosaic looks like. So I'm going to place them together like this, right? And the third one like this. Right, so I think we can place this one here. Yes, and then so that I'm just trying to coordinate with the shattered also if possible, so that yeah. So that's how the mosaic or the ensemble looks like, right? So this is the Tangle pattern Tidings, Swarm, Nekton and Stiritup. You can always draw another single tiles using all 4 patterns or a combination of patterns. Please try, and we shall meet again with few more filler tangles, right? And catch me on my channel, right? See you soon. Bye bye, take care, stay safe.